Just when viewers thought the breakup was messy enough, Chris has now spoken, and his explanation is not calming anyone down. In fact, it's doing the opposite, because the more he talks about why things ended with Jessica, the more divided the audience becomes. Let's break down exactly what he said, and why fans are reacting so strongly. If you've been watching Season 10, you already know the basics. Chris and Jessica looked steady in the pods, mature, intentional, drama-free. They weren't the loud couple, they weren't the chaotic triangle, they were the quiet, this might actually work pair. Which is why the breakup hit differently. It didn't feel explosive, it felt disappointing. And now Chris is giving his side. In a post-episode interview, Chris said the connection in the pods was real. He insists he cared about Jessica. He insists he didn't go into this casually. But once they left the pods, something shifted. According to him, the emotional connection didn't fully translate into physical chemistry. That's the core of his explanation. He says he tried. He says he wanted to feel that spark, but it wasn't there in the way he expected. Now here's where fans are getting frustrated. Because this is Love is Blind. The entire premise is choosing without sight, building something deeper first. So when a contestant proposes and then later says the physical component wasn't strong enough, viewers feel like the rules of the experiment were broken. Some fans are asking, if you weren't sure about physical attraction, why propose at all? Others are pointing out that hesitation wasn't visible early on. In the pods, Chris sounded confident, committed, certain. There weren't obvious doubts. So now people are questioning whether those doubts were edited out, or whether he ignored them in the moment. And that's where the backlash intensifies. Because this isn't just about chemistry, it's about timing. Chris didn't just express mild uncertainty. He expressed uncertainty after the reveal, after the trip, after cameras had followed their engagement forward. That's a different level of commitment. And Jessica felt that shift immediately. In the episodes, you could see her reading between the lines. She stayed composed. But she wasn't naive. When Chris started referencing hesitation, and even mentioning another woman's presence in conversation, that's when the tone changed. And here's another detail that's fueling outrage. Chris said he didn't want to fake it. He didn't want to move forward if he wasn't fully in it. On the surface, that sounds responsible, honest, even mature. But fans are saying, you don't propose unless you're fully in it. You don't test attraction after the engagement, you test it before. That's the argument circulating online. Now let's look at this from another angle. Is it fair to expect physical chemistry to just automatically align? No, that's real life. Emotional connection doesn't guarantee physical spark, and pretending otherwise would be dishonest. So in that sense, Chris's honesty could be seen as growth. He didn't drag Jessica to the altar knowing he had doubts. He didn't fake enthusiasm. He admitted something wasn't clicking. That's better than leading someone on. But the delivery matters, and the sequence matters. And that's what viewers can't get past. Because when he explains it now, it sounds logical. But watching it unfold in real time, it felt sudden. It felt like Jessica was the one blindsided. And now the online debate has split into two camps. Camp 1 says, Chris did the right thing. He spoke up before it was too late. Better a clean break than a fake wedding. Camp 2 says he shouldn't have proposed. He ignored red flags, and Jessica paid the emotional price. What's undeniable is that this explanation has changed how people see him. Before the breakup, Chris was neutral, measured, almost forgettable in the chaos. Now he's polarizing. And in reality, television, polarizing equals visibility. There's also a bigger implication here. Season 10 has already revealed an unseen engagement that ended overnight. Budget workarounds affecting couple trips. Now a high-profile breakup rooted in physical doubt. That's a pattern. This season is exposing how fragile these engagements really are. Which brings us to the bigger question. Is Love is Blind actually sustainable long-term? Or are we watching emotional acceleration that collapses under real-world pressure? Chris's explanation feeds that debate because it highlights something fundamental. The pods create intensity, but real life requires compatibility across multiple layers: emotional, physical, lifestyle, future plans. And if even one of those layers feels off, the entire structure shakes. Now let's talk about Jessica. Her response has been quieter, but stronger. She didn't fight for reassurance. She didn't beg for clarity. She chose to end it. That decision is earning her respect. Because while Chris is explaining, Jessica is moving forward. And that contrast is powerful. The breakup isn't just about chemistry, it's about self-awareness and boundaries. So what happens next? With episodes 10 and 11 dropping soon, every couple is now under scrutiny. If Chris and Jessica couldn't stabilize, who's next? Are the safe couples really safe? Is anyone heading to the altar without doubt? This explanation doesn't close the chapter. It amplifies the uncertainty. And uncertainty keeps viewers watching. Because now the stakes feel real. The experiment isn't just romantic, it's fragile. And the first major crack has already formed. If you want continued breakdowns of Season 10, the interviews, the off-camera drama, and predictions for who actually makes it, subscribe. Because if this was the first major fallout, the bigger explosions may still be ahead.